Well, hello, Sagittarius. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. If you are new, hello, I am Yasmin. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. Now, Sagittarius, what we're going to do, we're going to start with your tarot cards, okay? And what I'm going to do is, pull two cards, however it lands is how it lands, okay? And this is going to be for the month of May. Now, the first two cards is the theme for the month of May, okay? And then we're going to also do your element cards. We're going to do each week after that, and we're going to see what's going to come out. But let's see what comes out here for you, Sagittarius. Let's get it. However it falls is how it's meant to fall. This is for Sag. All right. Sagittarius, you have the Four of Swords in reverse. Let's get your second one. And you have the Seven of Swords in the upright with the Devil in the upright position. Now, the Four of Swords in the reverse and the Seven of Swords in the upright with the Devil there. I'm not liking that energy. Because the Four of Swords automatically talks about the need to rest and recoup, okay? Now, I feel like a lot of you guys are coming out of a situation, okay, or coming out of a situation that's been very difficult for you. But there's still some work that needs to be done, especially with that double card being there. And then you got the Seven of Swords. It's a very non-trusting energy, that I can tell you. The Seven of Swords very much so speak of lying, steal, deception, and then the Devil coming out on top of it is double whammy. Okay. And, to me, I feel like this could be people coming back into your life, someone who may not have been around. They're coming back in with the same old bull crap that you left them in. They're still in that energy even when they come back in. So either way, I do feel like it is someone like that in your energy where, there's deception. And it's mostly dealing with deception, lying, stealing, that type of thing. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's just deception. Okay, period. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side. Okay. And I don't want this to be your theme for May because I just don't. We have to stay positive with this. But I feel like you guys are very much wise. You know what's going on. The Seven of Swords makes me feel that you guys understand what's happening or understand what's going on behind the scenes. But you do have that. You got it coming out pretty strong. Now, what I'm going to do, your element cards are going to be for each week. So we're going to do the month of May, and the first week of May, we're going to start with the first card. So the first week of May is the first card. That's this week. And we're going to see what's coming out here for Sagittarius. Sagittarius for the first week of May. Really good. Jupiter. And then at the bottom of the deck, you have semi-sextile. Okay, that's what I have. Now here with Jupiter, this talks about luck, abundance, growth, and success. Fulfillment and happiness. Foreign affairs, optimism, and exploration. Now, I'm going to tell you, does it mean that it's going to happen this week? No, okay, because we already know this energy is going to stretch out. But your planet is coming out helping you a lot, okay? This is bringing in a lot of luck that you didn't, let's just say there's some issues or some problems that's going on. Jupiter is going to help you out in this way, okay? In unexpected ways, most likely things that you don't even know is going to occur, people that's going to help you, situations or circumstances that are going to come in that's going to help you in some way. But that's also allowing for the semi-sextile to occur too. Because the semi-sextile basically says allowing opportunities and attracting energies that is going to be for your growth. That's the same thing with Jupiter. Jupiter always expands, it grows things, right? So this actually looks pretty decent. I would say that this looks good, okay? Again, it's in situations that are very weird, okay? That you guys are getting help in here with that Jupiter card. Now, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Now, that's supposed to be for the first week. We got a long way to go. Okay, first of all, I'm just pulling these first cards, and then I got to clarify it. But for the first week, I would say this week's look pretty decent for you. Energy wise, I feel like things are going your way. This could be a little bit, this week may be a little bit easier for you to deal with. Not everybody, of course, it depends on what your moon sign is. But I really do see that this could be a decent week for most of you. This is for Sagittarius. Or it will start to become. Wow, seventh house. And then you got quincunx. You know, the seventh house deals with interpersonal relationships with people. Now, I know you guys always think marriage, but I always say interpersonal relationships because that's really important. And business, marriage, okay? Quincunx is challenging. It is challenging connections. All right. It definitely has something to do with people being contradictory to your advancement, your growth, and your success. Because you got to look at what's before it. Jupiter is what's before the seventh house. And quincunx is at the bottom of the deck coming out with the 7. So that means contradictory energy. Okay. Husband is getting on your nerve. Wife is getting on your nerve. Friends, family, or whoever. Anyone that you have a connection with. Sometimes business partnerships. Same thing. Okay. Adjustments need to be made. Now, I say that because adjustments need to be made because of what we saw even earlier in your theme. Your theme, I literally said that there is someone here who's very deceptive, who's cunning, who is trying to steal or take something away from you, taking away, that could be however, right? Quincunx is saying that there needs to be, that adjustments is required. Okay? Because you're not going to be able to expand or succeed with this quincunx here, dealing with the type of people that you've been dealing with. That is just what it's saying. It's just a lot of frustrated energy here with the quincunx. You guys get it? And it's dealing with interpersonal relationships with people. Now, it doesn't take away the fact that Jupiter is still saying, I'm going to help you. Jupiter is basically saying, I'm going to help you in some way. That is true, right? But it is still some kind of issue that you are having in some type of relationship, okay, where the equality is off, where there's basically an imbalance of the give and take in the relationship. Let's go ahead. Let's see what's happening here. Let's get the third week. Love it. Wow. You guys had this card too, Blue Moon. Crazy. Who had that earlier? I did Taurus and Virgo. I think it was Virgo. Yeah, I think it was Virgo. Let me read this one first because this is just amazing. This one literally says, once in a lifetime opportunity. You don't want to miss this. You do not want to miss this. It is so rare that it very seldom ever happens. You'll be lucky to receive it. Luck, Jupiter. Luck, Jupiter. This is good because it's coming out with the Grand Trine. Grand Trine is saying that it is going to bring in blessings. Here it is again, the word luck. Receiving gifts. A huge success that you're going to experience. And you may not even have to put in a lot of effort. Now remember, it doesn't have to be this week or next week or the week after because we're on the third week. This is what's going to happen in the future for you. It is a very harmonious time, okay? Where things and people and situations and the way that the planets are aligned is going to help you out a lot. It's going to be bringing in a lot of blessings here for you. And I will say, you can look at all three Even if we were to take out the quincunx, it's telling me what you're experiencing right now. Yeah, we know because we see the seven of swords, right? We see the seven of swords. Someone's coming out of something. Someone's coming back. Okay. The four of swords is like where there was like a pause, a delay. It's coming out of a pause. It's coming out of a delay. It's coming out of a resting period. You're more suspicious of people because of what you've experienced. I feel like you've already healed. I feel like something that you may have experienced with people, you've already healed that aspect about you, but you're coming out of something very suspicious of people. Suspicious of situations, that type of thing, because the seven of swords is suspicion. Very skeptical. You're skeptical about things. And it makes sense because you had to heal. Four of swords says is that you had to heal. And now you're coming out of that moment, coming out of that healing element. But again, like I said, the devil is here. So this is letting me know that you're still either it is still around, those people are around, situations still around, something like that, where you're very skeptical and you're very careful. Because again, that's part of your thing. So you got to be very, very careful. But then when you look at the rest of the reading, it's like, oh, this looks good. You have a lot of easy flowing energy that's going to help you. Got luck everywhere that's showing in your reading. Once in a lifetime opportunity, something or someone coming into your life that's going to basically change your life, really. And we're going to talk about what this really looks like. This looks like there's someone that's going to come in and change your life. Could it be a marriage partner? It could be. Not everybody is married, right? Seventh house doesn't have to be marriage. It could be long-term partnership, that type of thing. You guys get what I'm saying, okay? Okay, a person, a friend. Remember, anyone, interpersonal relationships, look at what's coming after that. What is coming after the seventh house that deals with relationships, business, partnerships, relationships is the blessing. And then it's an opportunity of a lifetime. That's what you're going to experience. Now we're going to go ahead and get your fourth week. Air element. At the bottom of the deck, Gemini. You guys may have Gemini in your chart. You could be dealing with a Gemini. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Libra. Air element talks about communication. Communicating. Some communication that's going to come in here that's going to bring you blessings and be a very rare opportunity for you. You may have to travel, boom, out of the blue because of it. Some type of communication. There could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, that could play a huge role in your life. Now, if you have this in your chart, something could be aspected. Something could be aspected with the air element. Because remember, Jupiter is going to be moving into Cancer. Right now, Jupiter is in Gemini. For some of you, this is giving you some type of blessing, or it could be moving away and end up giving you the blessing, right? Because it all depends. Remember, Jupiter could expand a problem. If you're having a problem, it can expand it. But when it moves, it actually could give you, it can actually, lessen up those issues and those problems that you're having. So it just depends on your chart. Now, Gemini talks about a social butterfly. It's like you're connecting with people. That's what I'm seeing with the air element as well. There's a lot of connecting with people. This can happen through the internet. This can happen through social events, with family, with friends. You're very talkative. I see you being in a more talkative mood. It's very interesting because the Seven of Swords says that you're skeptical. You are, but you're not letting that stop you from you being optimistic, really. Like your whole mood and attitude is really changing here with this earth element. And like I said before, air talks about information. You're gaining information. You're gaining knowledge. I like this energy. Your thoughts, the way that you think is not boggled down by problems the way that it used to be. Okay. But yeah, you're moving along very stealthily, right? You're like, okay, we're gonna start moving, but I gotta be smart about the way that I move. That's what's happening. Now we're gonna go ahead. These cards are going to be upright. Okay. So let's see what comes out here for Sag. Knight of Pentacles. Star card. Ooh, you got a lot of air. You got a lot of air in this reading. A lot of air. You've been patient because the Knight of Pentacles talks about the patient energy. You've been patient. And it's funny because Jupiter is like, oh, you've been patient? Oh, okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is expand you. That's the reward. Because see, anything dealing with Earth is very slow. And things have been very slow for you. Whether it is a commitment that you want, okay, the person proposing, it's been forever, thank God, right? Or it can have something to do with working career and business. It can have something to do with interpersonal relationships, maybe friends, okay? So whatever it is, you've been patient. And so Jupiter is like, okay, because you've been patient, I'm going to reward you with something. It's going to be so massive. It's going to be so big, Jupiter, massive, big expansion, that it is very rare. But one thing about the Knight of Pentacles is very interesting because the Knight of Pentacles is a very serious knight, and the Knight of Pentacles is very grounding. It stays with you. It's very loyal energy. Okay, but it's eager. So that's what I like. Now, the Star card is about hopes and wishes and dreams. Now, this is considered to be the 11th house. Okay. Now, of course, well, Aquarius, right? 11th house, Aquarius. Okay. You probably need to figure out where that is in your chart as well, and if anything is being aspected. Aquarius, I've been telling people all day, especially when Aquarius actually falls out. Aquarius is the innovator. It is the mentalist. It's the mind. Here it is again. We keep talking about the mind. Air everywhere. Air everywhere. It's like what other people do really affect you, even if you don't see it on the outside, like the outside of you. You may walk around and it appear for it to be not bothersome. But remember, air is all about the thoughts. It's about what you think. It's about how you think about yourself. Okay. And like constantly thinking, the devil, right? Constantly thinking about that. So just be mindful of your mind. Be mindful of your thoughts and the way that you think. Okay. Because it does have something to do with people. It does. Because see, it can slow your progression. It can slow your progress down. Or other people will try to. Remember, that's part of the challenge with the quincunx. What are they doing? Trying to affect you, trying to affect your optimism, affect the mind. Now let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Then crazy. Damn. You couldn't get no more than that. This was so spot on. Sorry, got my little crazy chair here. This was so spot on. I promise you that was so spot on. I know that for some of you, yes, you are in a committed relationship. Yes, you are in committed relationships. You are in marriage, committed relationship, however you want to put it. And yes, it has been nasty, especially with the 5 of Swords. Oh my God, nasty. But we just talked about that, right? I wish I could have pulled the quincunx card. That way it would have been easier so we can talk about exactly what we saw earlier when we talked about a challenging situation. But remember, with the quincunx, it says that adjustments need to be made. So even if you are sitting, especially with the 5 of Swords, you are sitting in this conflict with these people, whoever they are, interpersonal relationships with all types of people, right? If you are sitting in this conflict with these people, adjustments need to be made. Adjustments need to be made. What does that mean for you? You know what that means for you because everybody have a different plight, right? So for some of you, you're like, this is my spouse, this is my husband, I'm about to get up out of this house. That's my adjustment. We don't even have to get married. Or it's not even getting out of the house. Let me just say it even smaller than that. I'm going to move downstairs in the basement. You know how some people have those finished basements and they look like apartments. Ooh, they'd be beautiful, right? They have a door, they have a back door, they have a door, you know, it's like your own little apartment. You're like, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna even be in the house anymore. I'm gonna move downstairs. So somebody said that, right? That's the adjustment, right? We need to make some adjustments. But right now, it is a war right now here with the Five of Swords. Same thing. No matter who it is, we talk about business partnerships, we talk about people at your work, we talk about people at your career, we talk about neighbors or something like that. Something needs to be adjusted, something needs to be corrected, okay? Or adjusted in a way that's going to be beneficial to you. But right now, this is the reason why you're moving the way that you're moving here with the Seven of Swords. This is the reason why you're moving the way you move. You got to be skeptical. You got to be like, right? Looking back. Let's see what they're doing. Let me see what they're doing. What are they doing? Got to keep your eye over your shoulder, right? It's that kind of thing. And again, it may have stopped before. May have. But just based on this reading, there could be something that someone may attempt to do. You know, this could also be slowing down, right? Because sometimes the Four of Swords talks about slowing down. But somebody could have slowed down. Now here it is. You're like, oh, wait a minute. They weren't at work. Okay. With the Four of Swords. They haven't been here. Or, you know, your spouse has been a little bit more quieter. They haven't been talking as much. They haven't been talking. Or this could have been the past lover. Oh, they left me hanging. They ain't said anything. Now they're coming out of hiding. And they're like, baby, I want to see you, right? How are you going to respond to any of these situations? How are you going to respond? Because this is what you've been facing. And some of you will still face this because it is, again, war and conflict. But Jupiter is saying, I'm going to help you. Grand Trine is saying, I'm going to help you. But you got to think of a way. You got to think your way out of this. Let's go ahead. Let's get this Grand Trine here. Hangman. Oh, you've been, oh my God, you got it everywhere. It's just been waiting. Oh my God, it's been waiting here. But baby, when I tell you God got y'all, you would not have gotten it out of this situation. You would have not gotten out of the situation. A lot of you ain't gonna get out of these situations unless it is through God's plan. That is what this reading is basically saying. Did you think that we forgot the blue moon with the once in a lifetime opportunity? Absolutely not. No. And you may have been feeling like things you've been prevented, because sometimes the hangman can also talk about how you feel that you're prevented to getting the very blessings here, right? But that's just not true. To some extent, yes, right? There's delays. Absolutely. But you can see that from the charts, delays. Oh, yeah, you got Saturn here. This is moved and that moved, but that's okay. When Saturn moves, things will let up for you. So you're not in control at all of anything that is happening. You are a co-creator, though, right? The thing is, though, it's happening. It's happening. And I love this for you. You guys also had High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Sorry, let me grab that. You guys had High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Now, High Priestess is very interesting because it's Piscean energy. Now, we got these eclipses happening in the axis of Virgo and Pisces, so you probably need to see where that is. I don't know if you have anything in that part of your chart or not, but either way, you probably need to know that, right? And I do feel that for some of you, that those eclipses are going to help you bring about these blessings, okay? Because for some of y'all, it's going to conjunct something, it's going to trine something, it's going to sextile something. We saw that earlier on sextile, and it's like, boom, like it's going to help y'all in some kind of way, depending on your rising. Oh, yeah. Okay. That delay is going to be over with. I'm talking about whatever you've been waiting for. Okay, finally, it's going to happen. But that's what happens. That's what's going to be happening back and forth with the Virgo and Pisces axis with the eclipses. Okay. And the High Priestess also talks about a sense of unknowing. Like you don't really know when it's going to happen. You don't really know how it's going to happen. You may know it will happen, but you don't know exactly how. No one does. No one does. No one knows exactly how certain things are going to happen. But something will happen. Absolutely. Let's get this air element. Ooh, y'all were greedy. Y'all weren't as bad as Taurus. Taurus was greedy as hell earlier. Okay, y'all were bad as Taurus. Ooh, ooh. We get to the last one. 7th house. Air element, man or woman. You will definitely be traveling. Possibly with a significant other. Hello. Did you know that? Probably not. You're not supposed to know some of these things. Some of these things are supposed to be a beautiful little gift from the universe. Just really sweet, very decadent, right? You just like the way that it tastes. You like the way that it feels. You like it. You're like, oh, yeah, that's exactly what it is. I don't have to tell you that. That's going to be the surprise. It's just like opening up like a gift, and you know you're going to get a gift most likely for your birthday. You got a birthday party, like, oh, we got a birthday party for you. You're like, oh, okay, good. You know, you go in. That's not a surprise. But you go in, you start opening up the gift. You have no idea what's in the box. And it's something that you always wanted. And it's something like that. Just this romantic getaway. And it's just so sweet. There's a romantic partner in your reading. That is a fact. I saw it earlier with the 7th house. Now, for some of you, I will say in that committed relationship, woof, it's been rough, but I mean, truly, the 6 of Swords talks about, hey, let's make peace. Remember when I said that someone may have left, or someone may not have been doing anything. You've been living with this person. You guys haven't been having sex. You haven't been talking at all. Air element talks about communication. Maybe that's what they haven't been doing. There has been no communication, none whatsoever. And finally, now the person communicates. And they're like, you know what? I've been thinking. I want to make things right. Let's make peace. And you're like, what? I didn't expect that, because the only thing I know is that we've just been fighting, arguing. And something actually happens because Jupiter in this grand trine is creating some type of ease. And now the relationship that you had with someone actually now looks nice, looks decent, looks like things could actually start working again. That's with those with the 7th house. Now, if you are a single person, single lady, single male, single lady, single male, okay. Ooh, this looks good. Because first of all, you're going to really dig this individual. And the only reason why I know that is because they're going to ask you out on a date and you ain't going to say no. You ain't going to stutter. You're going to be like, oh, okay, you may play it off a little bit. You may play it off a little bit, but you are definitely going to go. But that could be another reason why there's skepticism. You've been out of the dating game for a long time. Can't that be what the 4 of Swords basically say? Oh, you've been out of the dating game for a long time. You haven't dated in forever. And now all of a sudden somebody like, hey, I want to take you out. You're like, what? Gemini, let's socialize. You're like, wait a minute, I ain't used to that. But you're going to do it. That helps you get out of your own thoughts, right? You're not constantly thinking about what you don't have. You're not thinking about what hasn't happened yet. You're kind of getting out of your own thoughts, getting out of your own way. And things actually starts to formulate here. This looks really, really good. I love it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I love it. Now, there's also news coming in here. And it's good news because the 6 of Swords is here. So I don't know what kind of news you are expecting. I don't know what that means. And I mean, it could be something dealing with work and career. It could definitely dealing with romance. Could have something, like I said, business, yes. But there's good news coming. And I will say it's good because the 6 of Swords, like I said, the 6 of Swords is there and I'm doing upright cards anyway. So this looks actually pretty decent here for you. So I would say May. Of course, we don't want to work, right? But we're just going to use May. I don't know why I'm hearing the word awkward. I don't know why I heard Issa awkward. Why? Don't know, right? It's just like, this is the awkwardness because something is happening and you're now clutching. You're like, oh, you kind of like, you're like the cat that's kind of like on this alert type of thing. It doesn't have to be bad, but you're that way because you've been you've been made that way, right? Like I said, it could be even in relationships, whatever. But I see you that way. You may have a real reason why you are, again, like I said, skeptical. But it's like this cat energy. Okay. That's what I see here for the month of May. Not bad. But you got your eye out. You're looking over your shoulder. You're wondering about things. Now, I'm going to pull 3 cards here for you. And this is all love. Now, we already said there's somebody coming up in here. Okay? This is for Sagittarius. Thank you. Boundaries. Oh, yeah, there's definitely somebody from your past. Just a few of you. Just a few of you. Skepticism is there. I want to see you. Someone wants to see you. I want to see you. I don't necessarily see you saying no, though. Because this is saying that you're telling someone something about what you want if they are around. Take this last definition. Y'all really do have a secret admirer. Now, see, I could have looked at this in a bad way. That's not what I got first off this card. We already know that there's some trifling energy here. We already know because we said deception. We already know. I'm not about to be the dead horse. I'm not about to do it. A lot of y'all, like I said before, this part ain't even happened yet. But we saw the future where the person wants to come back in and make things right with you. None of that happened yet. None of that happened. But why is the 5 of Swords there? Somebody blows the F up because you refuse to participate in some nonsense because somebody is a damn liar and they want to lie to your face. We're talking about in romantic situations, by the way. So they ain't even happy yet. And how do you feel about that? Okay. It says you may want revenge. Okay. Some of you guys are working out. You're focusing on you. I'm going to say this is mostly you focusing on yourself. This is totally you focusing on you. It was funny. I was looking at it was on Twitter. And there's one guy, when this girl had lost weight, and he going to sit there and say, why she didn't do that when she had a man? Who cares what she looked like when she's single? I thought it was so funny. He was so mad. He was like, oh, she was all big. Why she punished her man, and she should have did that when she had him. And I was just like, I see what he was coming from. I see he could have said it a different way, but I see where he was coming from. But I feel like her motivation was her anger. Her motivation was her anger. And this is the reason why I'm saying it. And I actually feel your motivation, not necessarily the angry aspect. For some of you, it could be anger. For some of you, it is the refusal of giving up or allowing other people to win, right? You refuse. And so because of that, you are motivated. You are motivated to get back to being the best of yourself, whatever that means for you. And this is with anybody. It's with anybody and anything. Love, family, right? For those who are single, I definitely see a person in your reading. I definitely see romantic vibes. I am seeing that. Some of you guys are going to be dating multiple people. It's not just going to be one person. And there is a PSA warning here. Be careful about jumping into something very quickly with someone, because here it says you could end up being strung along or stringing. This card says stringing along. Someone could be stringing you along, giving you false hopes because they are selfish. You have no idea that this individual is this way, by the way. That is not what they're showing you when you first meet them. And again, you know that already, which is the reason why you are moving like this. But not everybody is going to be meeting this person. Not everybody is going to be meeting this person that's watching. So just be careful about, like, you set your boundaries, yes, right? But don't go in automatically assuming that the person is coming into your life to hurt you. Don't be assuming, oh, they're here because they're trying to hurt me. Oh, I saw the reading and this person is going to string me along. Yeah, you're going to notice some things, right? But not everyone is going to experience that, because this could be the person from the past. Oh, they're going to, remember I said, I see a lot of y'all opening that door to the person from the past, and they're going to do the same thing that they did to you before they left. They're going to string you along because they have their own selfish intentions. And I don't know what you have that they want. It's different for everybody. What do you have that they want? What do you have that you think that they want from you? Okay, so that's something that you have to ask yourself when it comes down to that. But this is what I have for you here, Sagittarius. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. And again, if you guys are new, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're interested in a personal reading. All the information is down below in the description box, including astrology, by the way. I don't know if I put that in there, but if not, you can always inquire. All right, love you guys. Talk to you later. Have a good night. Bye.